Saphros presents Mario's Christmas Adventure 2! It's a game I can get to run right now. And not Christmas nights. It's a nice 5-level hack. And we just went to Mount Santa. Hey! It's that music. Oh, what? It's that music from Mickey's Mystic Quest or something. I had a friend who had that. Oh, hey! Oh, the Goombas are adorable! I had a friend with that back in the day. We never actually got much. We got into the cave a couple. No, actually, I don't know if we ever did beat it. It's not like the world's hardest game, but. Oh, I needed him alive. Huh. Also, I'm surprised this is the second one. I saw it show up in the queue the other day. I was kind of curious. It was not to play. Kind of curious. I don't play too many, like, full Kaizo hacks, but this one's short. So. I like Mario with the hat. Might see if that sprite's available. But it's also possible it's only the little Mario. Maybe one of these days I'll actually play that Mickey game again and see how far I can get before my memory... Oh, whoops. I forgot what I was doing. Before my memory loses it. Because, like, I vaguely remember how the game worked. Like, you had the first level where you're, like, Mickey and the Beanstalk. And then you have the next level, which is, like, the scary forest. Then you have the next level with, like, a scary forest. And then after that, it's, like, a downwards auto-scroller, which is a little bit weird. But the, like, punchline for that level is the fact that the next part, like, catches on fire. Oh, there's a midway. What do I do here? No, I know what to do here. And you become Fire Mickey. And, of course, in the spooky forest level, you also became, like, Arabian Magician Mickey. Which was interesting, at least. And you have, like, 2 different meters to deal with. You have, like, the water meter and the magic meter, which is kind of important because the only way to hurt the final boss... I think I was supposed to spin jump. Is to use magic and not water. I actually think we got locked there once because we ran out of magic. And tried to squirt him with water, it just did nothing. Oh yeah, there's also another stage where, like, he's a mountain climber. Like, you get, like, 3 costumes for him. Which is pretty cool. That was the right thing to do, surprisingly. I should have committed. I will say one of my favorite, like, Christmas Mario things of all time. I mean, Donut Attack was actually really good. But was that one Borgie Man level. Borgie Man made a really nice Christmas ROM Hack Races level where you have to escort a furret with a Christmas hat, which is just cute. Such a fun little level. There we go. I ran into them all. Anyway, this will probably be the last stream for a little bit. I don't plan to stream while at my brother's in-laws. It just would be kind of awkward. There's not really a space to do it, and the time of day when I would do it would be at night, and, like, it's a very quiet area. The way I kind of got away with it with my other side of the family is... What am I doing? Well, at least first off, at my mother's place, I would stream outside, which was kind of fun. You go look up some Iconoclast streams if you want to hear a bunch of, like, nice outdoor noise. Or maybe it was Patrick's Parabox blocks, I forget. But, like, basically you could hear the cicadas and everything, and it was a lot of fun. And then if I'm at my sister's place, she doesn't care because she sleeps with earplugs in. So I can be moderately loud when streaming. Not that I'm, like, a screamer streamer anyway. But it is the nature of the thing. I need to jump a little bit earlier because I'm not getting enough momentum. I swear I had a longer list of like Christmas games to play and I have lost them. But I've also played through an awful lot of the ones that did exist. Like I've done all of the Christmas Lemmings really to the point where I was happy enough. There we go. The thing about Lemmings is that it's Lemmings, you know? You just have to play a lot of it, and much of it is very much the same. It's not bad, but like it just gets kind of old fast. We beat Mount Santa onto the snow plains. Okay. Well, so far so good. I had a pretty good run there. Trying to remember, this is the one that actually gets copy struck pretty frequently. There's like one bit of Christmas theme music on SMW Central that YouTube will always flag, and I think this might be it. Not that it matters. It's more of an amusement than anything else. A little bit off to the side. Ow. Yeah, I'm so rebuilding that card when I get back. Okay. I died in the same spot, didn't I? Gotta say, what I did actually like the reading portion of that game quite a bit, the Santa Secret Valley. And I'll have to check to see about their other game. If they have another Win 16 Santa game, I'm happy to play it. Also interesting, they do have a web version of Santa's Secret Valley that you can just play in a web browser, which I think is really cute. I'm not quite sure how they put it together to work, but I think the fact that it works at all is really, really nice. My guess might be that if they remembered how they wrote the engine, it wouldn't be that hard to replicate an awful lot of the stuff using web technologies. They were using Canvas, so I don't know if maybe they just threw it in some sort of emulator. But like, in effect, most of those games are fairly straightforward in their implementation. You render a picture, and you have a bunch of click targets on it. The click targets on it to be like WinProct ones. What you can generally do is just look at the image for its associated regions when they're clicked, or do a mouse over on the appropriate spots. So you don't need to actually like do a full-on subclassing for each single image, but you basically write sort of a thing that extends bitmap. In the old Win32 parlance. I don't know how that worked in Win 16, but I have to imagine very similarly. Yep. Because after all, as long as you hook yourself into the message pipe, it doesn't really matter exactly how you've implemented it. And the thing is, for a web browser, you do the same thing. You basically say on-click on the, on-click on the canvas. I'm not really sure how that worked out. Because, like, the only way I could think you could do an on-click like that for an image map would be to make it an image map, and that would work fine. You might have to redefine the regions every time, but it wouldn't be bad. Oh, I misread that entirely. But you could easily kind of convert the class of adventure game that is fairly straightforwardly. Like, Myst fits into a similar thing, but Myst has a lot more state than inventory to manage. Because Myst also kind of started in as a hypercard thing, which, again, doesn't really do much more than look for specific on-click events in specific regions of, effectively, the slides. Like, hypercard's kind of a weird medium anyway. There we go. 2 hits, 2 hits. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Back shot. Knew I should have hesitated there. I thought maybe it would just work, but I should have hesitated. But I know where it is now. There we go. Oh, come on. No jump. But yeah. Only thing I'm not looking forward to tomorrow is just how long it's going to take to actually get there. Like, I'm leaving my place at 2:30-ish. Probably a little bit later, since Snyder knows I generally end up, like, rushing out the door, having to do, like, 3 or 4 things more. Because I can never leave without rattling the windows. I can't trust that I've kept them locked and haven't opened them again. It's just one of those things. And then I'm going to fly into Vegas. I'll get there at 7. The flight's at like 4:30 or something. Get into Vegas at 7 and change. And then there's a shuttle I have to catch from Vegas. And I'll get there at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. Because Utah's in Mountain Time and Vegas is not. Why can't I jump? Do-do, 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 do-do. Well, at least I'm kind of building consistency. There we go. Dying in a 2-wall is just embarrassing. But it'll be fun. I've got myself mostly packed. There's like 3 things I've left out that still need doing. Plus the sort of stuff you actually have to like pack day of. Shaving apparati. I have to get up there. I need to be focusing on that. Yeah, only drag is that there's no pinball anywhere in that area. There's like one place to play pinball and it sucks. I feel like I'm racing. And I am. I did do pretty well last night when I went to go play pinball post-judging stream. Got the score I wanted in Black Knight pretty quickly. I wanted a bit north of 190. And I ended up hitting... I need the shell. Okay. There we go. End up hitting 200 and change. I think I completed like 2 modes and got the retro mode. Which I think automatically puts an end to anything else you have going on, so it's kind of a drag. Oh boy, Frosty the Snowman. Oh, I love this song. Oh. Oh no, Snow Pokey! Oh, that's really cute. Anyway. I do have a minor worry that I won't be able to get CLDC done. Wait. Oh, the key's stuck to my hand. This makes a lot of sense, but I wasn't prepared for it. Just look at how happy he is. Oh, I love Pokey. He just makes me happy by dint of being happy. He is very much a, I'm just happy to be in the game, man, kind of character. What? Okay. Just Pokey. Yeah, maybe next time I do Christmas games, I'll get holiday hair working properly. Because I need to capture that over S-Video, and I haven't messed around with S-Video capture that way in a while. And I don't actually know if this card supports multiple outputs, which would make a difference. Oof, I need to do that a lot faster. Like, basically, does it allow for me to, like, mirror the display onto both the S-Video and the VGA? Because I'd rather play on the VGA, but if S-Video is the only way to capture it, I'd rather do that then, because it'll actually show up right. Because otherwise, the Holiday Hair is always bouncing around the screen looking terrible. Which is just unfortunate, because, like, Jazz Jackrabbit is kind of a cool game, but I don't think I'd ever see myself playing through the whole thing. Need to clip that jump better. But yeah, otherwise, for like the rest of the year, like, major goal is to finish CLDC. And I think if I do, and I do have a moderation I picked up, which is probably not the smartest thing, but I saw it and I'm like, I want to play this. I just want to play this. So I'll see about factoring in the time for that after. But basically, I think I'm finally, like, I still have that post-nasal drip, but I think that things are getting better in there. Which is important if and I want to do long streams, because otherwise if my voice gives out after a couple hours, then I can't really do a long stream, if that makes sense. Because, like, some of those Dragon Mirrored streams, my voice was getting pretty raw near the end of them. Even the Pokemon one I did recently, like, my throat started hurting after a while. But since I'm back home and things are getting better, I hope. But it seems to kind of come and go. I will probably need to go get it checked at some point. Didn't know what to do there. Oh, I'm talking about the hack. The hack is really cute. I like all the sprite changes. I don't know if these are off the shelf or some Saphros did themselves. But I dig it. Thought I could race it. Could shoot the bullet. But yeah. Always more things to do. Need to get ahead on CLDC stuff. Behind the scenes, too. I need to go and edit a bunch of those and do the thumbnails and stuff. Kaizo sent me a suggestion for the thumbnail for his level, which I was probably going to do anyway, to be honest. Because it would just be easy, and it already has the logo and everything. So we will see. But otherwise, I'm probably going to try to work on that on the plane. Just get, like, the thumbnails for the next few done. And refix a few notes that I haven't finished fully fleshing out. There we go. I can't believe it. First time I did that, I got it all the way through that section and onto the next thing. And then this time, every time subsequent, I just end up getting a snowball to the face. So really what Kaizo is, like, sometimes when you develop the consistency in one spot, you kind of lose it in another. Or you come up with a new strat that's slightly faster and it breaks something else somewhere else. Anyway, that also reminds me that I'm still not sure, and I've been leaning closer to no on GDQ just because of, like, what I would need to do to make it work. Because GDQ starts in 2 weeks. Like, it's literally 2 weeks from right now. And it'd be cool to go, but one, like, the runs I would want to see in person, the SMW stuff, are Sunday, which is good. But, like, I wouldn't be able to really stick around much. So I need to leave before Thursday. And, yeah, it's just a lot, especially if I'm going to jump across to go to MagFest. So I'm kind of leaning towards no, but maybe I'll look online and the flights will be, like, don't cost me much, and I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Of course, I also need to do some contracting work while I'm there, as I'll be reminded in the near future. Come on, hit. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Can't believe I actually hit that. Oh well. I'm digging this. But yeah, I always have aspirations when I'm on the plane that I'm going to work on like 50 things, and I almost never do. I do feel like Baba might be a thing I can finish up. And there's something I did last time on the plane that was like, felt like a major coup that I'd finished it all. There's chapters for something else. No, I finished the rewind stuff. The recap stuff on the plane, that was it. There were some really annoying tricks to make that, I had to jump through to get that working, and then I broke some stuff. Oh. Why does that keep killing me? Pokey is happy to do. Okay. Maybe I need to clip that and come down quicker. But, yeah. Yeah, that's it. You just have to click your jumps there. You miss Super Mario RPG in general? Or when people played it? Or, like... It was a period of time where I was doing a lot of Mario RPG randomizers because I was building features and testing them and playing them. The overlay for that was always fun. Also reminds me I need to take that patch that I made for Desi and like make it public. No real reason not to, and it will work on any SMW hack or SMRPG hack with most certainty. Panicked in general. I mean, they did a re-release of it like, what, 2 years ago? Like, it was a good game. But like, you know, the period of time and the reasons why that could come together the way it did are long gone, unfortunately. Like, Square was at the height of its power. Almost at the height of its power, to be honest. Just a little bit shy of it. Not really, actually. The height of its power was the PS2 era, because they managed to bully Disney around at that time. People were using SGI workstations that gave everything that kind of, like, cool but plasticky look. Using soft image, homage, whatever they called it. Like, there are certain tools that affect how things look. That was a big one. Deluxe Paint, I think, was really the other really big game dev tool that affected how the end product really looked. And yeah, Paint Deluxe still really friggin' cool. They made an MMO of this when they peaked. Yeah, they made an MMO this one. You think Final Fantasy XI, really? Or 12, whichever one it was. I mean, the thing is, everybody was doing MMOs in the like mid-2000s. That was just the thing. Just like everyone's doing roguelike deck builder things. It was the style at the time. There we go. What? What? You've got about 11, you meant 14. Okay, fair enough. No, they were way past their point of power at 14. Now, once they merged with Enix is sort of where their downfall began. Like, 7 and 8 were huge. 9 was really big. 10 was pretty big, but, like, the merger with Enix was just bad. It did not make both companies better. It's kind of amazing how the SGI workstation defined the look for games on two whole different systems. Like, both the PS1 Well, a lot of different systems, to be honest. Okay, what do we do now? Get Pokey in the face. But yeah, SGI workstations really did define how things looked for a very long time in a large section of gaming. Between the fact that that's how you developed for the N64, because MIPS, and the way that you would design also for the PlayStation MIPS, and the way that you would do the backgrounds and stuff. The pre-rendered backgrounds were huge. There weren't any like big free open source packages to handle 3D images. You had to basically pay for one or the other. I think 3D Max was at the time. 3D Studio Max was one of them, and there was another one. Probably fine. Over the Pokey. Maximum over Pokey. Wait. Okay, now don't get hit in the face with this Pokey. Wait, what? Oh, I messed up. Best MMO was Phantasy Star Online. I've heard good things. I tried the one for PC like a million years ago and didn't love it. And by a million, I mean like 5. But I heard it was good. I know people really loved it in the Dreamcast and GameCube era. Which was sort of the era when, like, the pre-rendered background stuff finally fell off. Like, you didn't need to use pre-rendered backgrounds because you could start rendering things as real volumes. You had enough polygons and enough texture memory to do better things. Because, like, when you compare, like, Square stuff, almost all of their PS1 games are polygonal characters on top of flat backgrounds that are pre-rendered. And I do love the aesthetic, but I fully admit that like it is an aesthetic that is powered by the time. It was a solution to a problem we no longer have. Though with OpenAI buying all of the RAM in the world, maybe it's coming back. I needed to jump on it at that point. Alright, what else is ahead? Well, there's the door. But yeah. I didn't even mention the best thing about pinball yesterday. After the place closed, I ended up doing a few rounds of Monster Bash with one of the guys I know who's really good. And after that, people wanted to play Stars for a bit while cleaning up. The bartenders were cleaning up, so we played some Stars, which was nice. And I was a far short of Grand Champion, but I got a really good score that first ball, like 300,000. Basically, Stars is all about like qualifying the spinner and then ripping the spinner. So you can get like there's 7 total stars, I think, at different locations on the board, and your goal is to just light up as many of them as you can and then rip the spinner repeatedly. Just playing the PC port right now. Blue Bursts. Got to set up online in your DC soon. I mean, I wonder how that works nowadays. I mean, do they sell, like, the better adapters? Because that was really the issue with the Dreamcast, was, like, it was 90s thinking in what needed to be a 2000s console, right? So it had a modem in it. That was great. Until everyone started, you know, paying for internet access that wasn't shit. Or for people who lived in dorms. And so, like, you get the network adapter, but they only sold, like, 12 of them. So they're really hard to get. Would not surprise me if, like, some other enterprising person has come up with better solutions, like hook your thing to a Raspberry Pi or whatever. I think I looked into it a while ago. Would be funny to do it via modem, because, like, you could just get a modem on the other end and then modem share. It's a thing you can do. Saw a cool video of some dudes playing around with, like, the modem bundling feature that apparently, like, Windows XP or 2000 had, where you could basically chain together a bunch of different dial-up connections. That was way late. And treat it as one single connection. and get more bandwidth, which I always thought sounded really cool. Because for the longest time, we actually were paying for multiple internet connections, and I thought it'd be cool if our DSL also was using the dial-up, but... Because we paid for MSN for a very long time because someone, one of my family members still had an MSN address, an email address, and didn't want to give it up. Because at the time, the only way to keep your MSN email address was to get you to pay for dial-up, even if you were not using dial-up. Though this occasionally came in handy for me when I was out traveling, in the era before, like, every hotel had Wi-Fi. It was a short period of time, though. Yet, why aren't I speedrunning this? Because I'm not very good. I've never played this before. How can I speedrun it before playing it? Yeah, the broadband adapters are very expensive, but I don't think there was ever a period of time where they were terribly cheap, except, like, maybe in the year 2000. And it's such a bummer that they didn't just say, okay, well, we'll ship it with an Ethernet adapter, or, because, like, it's not that hard to make a port that can take both, I guess. Probably the hardware inside needs to be significantly different, but, like, just a little bit of lack of forethought, unfortunately, on the Dreamcast side. Maybe for the better. Since, like, the Dreamcast didn't sell that well. Current reasonable solution is running the dial-up modem into a USB modem or Raspberry Pi. Yeah. Line voltage inducer, yep. That makes sense. I think I actually have one of those. I had plans to do some hacking with modem stuff at some point, and it never came to fruition. But as with an awful lot of things, you end up collecting gear and be like, I should use this, and then you don't use it. Like, I have an SNES modem. I think it'd be really cool to get my SNES modem on the internet again. Well, to do something with it at least. But yeah, that's the beauty of modems, is like, as long as there's a modem on the other end, it'll work. And while, like, it's not as common as it used to be, modems still serve a useful purpose. The hardware and protocols are still in use to some extent, even in cellular phones. Like, the basic modem protocol, I forget what it's called, but you communicate in plain text to the modem, and then it does the things with certain codes and whatnot. Still in use today. Try loading things on 64. I mean, there is a time when you experience this same sort of thing, right? Is when you're on a plane and the internet's crap. So basically, I did experience something like that when I went to Japan. Because international flights having internet was a new and novel thing to me, and it was absolutely worth it to do it. But I had to try. I booked a hotel and ended up having some problems. And the problem is the hotel booking site needed to pull down about 2 megs of JavaScript. And so it took a number of tries. 56 instead of 54? Whatever, it's the same thing. It's slow. Also, you'd never get actual 56K. You'd always end up with about 52. Like, 56K was definitely one of those, like, only if you happen to live, like, on top of the telephone exchange things. In terms of modem speed, yeah, it is effectively the same. Like, you wouldn't notice a huge difference between 54, 56, and 52, to be honest. In this case, the magnitude is close enough together that it does not matter. Whee! I got lucky there. Crystal caves. Those are death crystals. Uh-oh. What? They're one-use fire flowers. Fascinating. Hey, Sans. I guess you need to trust him. And jump less high. Oh, Oh, some good DKC music. Warms the cockles of my heart. I can stand on the far side of that, and I did not realize it. Yeah, I think at the time I had a... Was that my college laptop? My college laptop. Cockles? Yeah. Have you never heard that? Yes, cockles of the heart, literally. I'm not actually sure the word cockles is ever used outside of it, but yeah. Let's see, cockle. Any chiefly marine bivalve mollusks. Well, there you go. Having a shell with convex, radially ribbed valves. Today, I learned that it actually meant something outside of this. I always hate it when spikes kill you from the wrong direction. That's solid! I do not know what I'm supposed to do here. Alright, clearly that's the first move. Wait. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. I just need to jump. I made that way harder than it needed to be. I was like, I need to spin jump on these somehow. You do not need to spin jump on these somehow. Okay, no. Alright. Jump, throw, miss. With cockle shells. Maid's honor. Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that relationship between those. Cockle shells, yeah. Up pipe! I got down with the up pipe. I saw the Grinch. Briefly. And I see Sans. Oh, it's dark in here. Cockles and mussels, alive, oh. Oh, what's up, Weregoose? What's up, Noah? Wait, why is the door... Can I go back in the door? No, I'm not allowed to. Okay, let's... That's it. It's one of those, Oh, I can't read these things well. What is going on here? Oh, that even is your real name. Door. It is! Didn't do that real. It was actually a funny one. I was rewatching an old... funny... Oh, what? Smash Brothers related video. Basically, the idea is dude's hosting a game show with his friend, who actually knows Smash Brothers stuff. His friend's girlfriend, different friend, who doesn't know that much, and then his dad, who knows nothing at all. And one of the challenges, one of the guys has to name... The dad has to name the character. Shows him a picture. It's like, this, like it's Mega Man or something. He has to name the character, which he often fails to do because he's a dad. And then the girlfriend person has to... has to name a move that's actually named. So for like Mario, she's like, Fireball! Yeah, Mario's Fireball. Cool. And then finally, the last guy had to provide a fun fact. And he could not provide very many fun facts at all, which was hilarious. But his fun fact for Ridley was that Ridley is actually his last name. Along with asking people, please don't try to find him in real life. Which I thought was funny. Spin jump. So. Ugh. Dang it. I'm just running into a wall here. It's okay, though. I think I'm getting close to the end of this. I remain cautiously optimistic that I'll be able to complete this before Christmas, even. It's Talks Ridley? No, Jordan, if you really want to know. His name is not any remote secret at this point in time. Even before that video, I don't think his full name was an actual secret. Of the people involved in that, there's only like... way too late. 2 whose names I know in total, I guess, because it's a 4-person group. YouTubers, all Australians, and... most of them, they, use their first names when talking to each other as opposed to their, handles. Except for Director Cogger, whose full name is Jackson Cogger. That's his actual name. I think he won, some sort of Australian Foam Award. Not a big one, like an indie one. His channel is weird. Because he doesn't do Smash Bros. Stuff like the other guys' channels do. Let me stop doing that. He does weird, I'd say sketch comedy, but... with interesting short films, I suppose would be the right way to phrase it. I took too long. I really did juice a couple of jumps to be longer than they needed to be, because I thought I needed to wait longer. What's funny is, actually, now that I definitely have... I've definitely beaten Ridley before. I was about to say, I've never actually beaten Ridley, but I know I have. Because, in Zero Mission, long before you run into his mecha variant, you actually do fight him, I'm pretty sure. Dang it, nabbit! And then in Metroid Fusion, you don't actually fight real Ridley, you fight an X version of Ridley who isn't real. Not gonna lie, I really do like that gradient. It kind of sells it, I feel very underwatery at this point. Okay. I have real trouble with that little obstacle. And then remembering what I'm doing when I restart. Oh, anyway. Still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to try to accomplish before heading back to the East Coast for the Mystery Hunt and MagFest and stuff. Because, that's an easy spot where I can just be like, yeah, no, I'll keep going on Dragon Mirrored, or maybe play some more Slay the Toho. Because that was fine. The controls weren't great for that, but they worked well enough. No. I'm doing something wrong there. Clearly. There's enough slop in here that sometimes the exact thing you need to do is not as obvious as it might be. I don't mean slop as a bad thing like AI. I mean basically I'm using the term slop for tolerance. As in the tolerance between these. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do? Ow. The tolerance between these two specific mechanical devices must be no greater than this. Especially now the word slop is a lot more overloaded than just the stuff that we had to eat in the college cafeteria sure is slop. Only appropriate for swine. Now it also applies to AI slop. Of which, man, I don't even know anymore. There's a whole classes of this stuff that are just beyond my ken. AI is Polish? Is this some sort of, like, Polak joke? Like, about how they sent a rocket to the sun once? At night? Or that submarine with a screen door? Admittedly, those are the only total Polak jokes actually now. Dag! Okay. I saved that. Nay. Alright, then I have no idea. Oh, hey, I one-shot that section. It was the Polish jokes. It really helped. In all honesty, I only know those because of The Simpsons. Like, that's the episode where they all get lost. They do the, Toy Factory. Heard Polish, and they don't come polished. Ah, okay. Oh, that's a semi-solid. Or not a solid at all. I want the duck! I can't have the duck. I am so disappointed. I really wanted that duck. Okay, rebadging the maze as baubles is fantastic. So marginally harder but shorter sections is this gimmick. I like it. Now I was going to talk about some AI slop I saw recently, wherein this very large, four-headed black dude says that you need to do some math to help something, Agartha, or whatever. It's bizarre. And then it proceeds to demonstrate how to do actual math. I'm just watching it, and it does not make any goddamn sense. Like I said, there's entire categories of stuff that are just like, oh, look how happy he is. Completely... Oh, I needed to hit those buttons. I'm dumb. Completely beyond my ken and sort of like why it exists. Like, why are people making this? I suspect the answer is just, well, yeah, it makes it easy. Why not? Like, I guess to some people it's probably about the same as doing those, like, advice animal templates. Similar amounts of effort to put in. Off it goes. Oh, I don't need to land on it. I need to... Rephrase this. I need to land on it. I didn't think I was going to live. Need to have confidence and stick with it. I'll use AI more. No, thank you. No, thank you. I like code I can understand, that I've read, that I have a chance at least to make sense of, and not the AI slop that I see so frequently now. I was wondering how that jump was going to work. It does something weird when it's writing Python. Like, it'll do imports inside of functions calls, inside of a function. And honestly, you should never, ever, ever, ever do that. Copilot made you 100 times more productive. I watched someone interview using Copilot, and I'm just like, how in the world could you work like this? Because it kept giving him bad suggestions that had nothing to do with the problem at hand. Like, maybe when the context windows are bigger or something, it works better, but, like, it just looked miserable to me. Like, having some asshole whisper in my ear while I'm trying to remember things. Oh, that's a semi-solid. Did you remember that's a semi-solid? That's not a semi-solid. What it means? No, it mixes up programming languages. It just kept giving him bad suggestions about what to do next that had nothing to do with the problem at hand. Like, it just looked irritating. Like, I was irritated looking at it. Use Pilot Pile all the time with C++. Told me when you figured out how to do it. Huh. BAF. Whee! No. No. I want to one-shot it. Nah. Some are worse at programming. I believe it. It's one of those, like, I just have not seen the argument yet. Oh, come on. Up-pipe me. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay. I get it. Yeah, Claude seems to be the major one that people use. One more bout. Which is an odd choice for a name because of what Claude usually implies is someone who is doing things rather carelessly. Sloppily, messily. Oh, hey, I beat it. Oh, look, Towers of Hanoi! Little bath toy edition. I always loved those things. Oh, we did it. We beat it. Without any AI. Ah, credits. There's credits, of course. We don't accept things at SMW Central without credits anymore. A hack made by Saphros. Made with the RHR base ROM. Version 5.10. Graphics, Anorakun, Ayami, Chipper, Dan, Gamma V, Glitcher, 0401. League 901, Natsu's 2. NBTD, and Ralshi, and Roberto's and Party, and the Fox 87. Sprites by Isakuro, Kevin, Melanie Melanouge. Oh, that's a new one. Mikey K. Or Mikey, yeah. Russian Man and Soniku. I always thought it was Russian Man for the longest time. I know it's Russian. Is it Russian Man? No, I'm gonna gaslight myself. Music: Iron, Samantha, Kevin, Darius, Ultima, Bebenleg, Xylon, 6646, I Crawfish, and Messiah. Oh wait, no. Masashi. 27. Blocks and Patches, Hammerbro, Doge Master, James, Magma Mouse, and Roy. Always Roy. Playtesters: Iron, Spadinja, Nadoodle, Uber SM, Thomas, Dorolak, and Jank Lord. Special thanks, Swunch, for fixing the hack. Always appreciate when someone fixes someone's hack. Much love to the SMW Central community. GG and Merry Christmas, and I can't eat the elf, and I'm disappointed. I guess it's Santa. Probably don't want to eat Santa. And that was that. That was a fun Christmas jaunt. Nice change up from other things. Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that. I like hacks that are short. Like, I don't always want to sit down and play 96 exits of Standard or 30 exits of Kaizo. Sometimes I just want a short and sweet snack. And like, that was about, what, an hour and 15 minutes? That was a nice snack. So, thanks for the hack, and it was delicious. And it's just adorable. Like, look at that, the Santa peeking over the mountain over there to the left that happens periodically. The presents in the wind. The Frosty right there. There we go, there's Santa again. Yeah, that was fun. And of course, the Mario 3 trees just bobbing their heads.